Now we're going to look at modifying parameters in our pop source node to start having our particle system do what we want, and then we're going to shape it with some other nodes after this. So first off, we're going to go to our birth tab here, and you can see that the life expectancy is set to 100, and this is in seconds. So what we want to do is we want to change this to 3. We don't want these to live forever, and then we want to add some variance. So under life variance, I'm going to change that to 2. So let's play this back now. And everything's still going all over the place, but you can see, unlike before, at least the particles are dying out, and they aren't just staying on screen forever, so that's good. You can see that the particles are kind of flipping and wailing around, and we're going to tame that with some other nodes. So we're going to get this into place. All right, and so what we also want to do is I want to change this jitter birth time parameter. And these have to do when often you're dealing with objects that are moving really quickly. This can help to keep a randomized looking distribution of particles flowing. Because without this, sometimes if you move something really quickly, you can see almost a stepping and how the particles emit. So I'm just going to change this to negative, the interpolate source to back, and the interpolation method to use point velocity. And we're not going to kind of A/B and look at all these differences, but these are parameters that work well for this particular shot to keep the motion working the way we want. Okay, now we're going to go over to the Attributes tab, and you can see that this kind of deals with inheriting attributes from the original geometry. You can see there's an asterisk set there, so it's inheriting everything. And the main thing here is to look at this whole velocity section. Because right now we're saying add to inherited velocity, which is good because we have velocity on these points coming into the system, and we'll just leave that at 1. This is a scaling of that. But what I want to do is look at this variance down here, because what this is going to do is automatically add in some randomness in the 3 different axes, which can be useful at times, but right now we don't want that because I don't want just some random omnidirectional cluster of particles coming out of here. So I'm going to change these down to 0 on each axis, and now we're going to play this back. And now you can see that our particles are moving in this more linear direction. We aren't getting these kind of spheres of particles emitting out. And so that's more what we want. Okay, so we've started to shape our particle system. We've controlled the length of the particle duration, as well as we've controlled the fact that we are just wanting to use the velocity that we have incoming into the system, and we don't want to randomize or vary that at all yet. And next up, we're going to move into adding some other nodes into our chain to help start shaping and styling our particle effect.